Namaskar, and a very happy new year to everyone out there, looking at this YouTube live today from Aspiring Life. This is Shwetari Sengupta. How are you all? With the growing Omicron and different variants of COVID, we all are in a state of happy new fear, and it's not really a good start. But we cannot stop. Education cannot stop. Our life cannot, pause at this stage. So, education, when we talk about aspiring life, as you all know by now, we are into MBBS admissions abroad, specialize in Bangladesh. We have set up office there with a team there here in different units in different places in Hyderabad, Gujarat. We have our different wings all over. But when we talk that aspiring life is not an agency only, we are consultant. Why? We differ from others. Why? When we talk about services we give to our students who are going to be the doctors very soon. So there is always a thing before what we committed during counseling session, during admission, and throughout the journey, what we are doing. So we'll have this with you. So before we start that, in the session 2020 and 21, there is this little, girl who came to us with the hope and dreams to become a doctor. She tried many places in India also to get through, but her budget, financial things, and then she could not get through any private medical colleges in India. So the last option was to go abroad, and she got searched and did all her research she could in Google, and finally she met with us in Aspiring Life. Finally, she and her parents decided to take a call to choose Anwar Khan Modern Medical College. So she's now in Dhaka. So I will show everybody a clip while I was accompanying her to the border to go to Bangladesh for her college. So that day, what was Reshta's feedback, and now after a few months we'll have a little discussion on that. So let us just see that recapitulation. Tamal, can we just have the recapitulation? Thank you.
I'm Shrestha Samantar, and I'm a student of Anwar Khan Modern Medical College. And today we are going to Bangladesh, and this has been possible only for Choitali ma'am and other words like Angita ma'am, Mampi ma'am, Thomas sir, and everyone, Monish sir. It's a very special, and it is a very special journey for me. It has been only possible for me to study medical, especially because of Choitali ma'am through Aspiring Life consultancy. And so I feel very lucky, and they are also making us very comfortable, giving us warmth and everything and love. And today we are going to Bangladesh, especially when I at first time when I was trying to find colleges in India, I was facing a lot of harassments and everything, but after when I found Aspiring Life consultancy, my life became smooth with the help of every members, Choitali madam, and everyone.
So thank you so much while Shrestha was
नमस्कार
going.
दोस्तों, काफी
So
दिनों बाद आज के इस
people might think that this is what every consultant do, while taking their students. They want bites, they want to hear good things about themselves, but very few dare to take monthly or yearly discussion on life, because in Aspiring Life we are sure about the services we give them, and so we have no fear to go online with our students, because we know what we committed, we try to do. If it is not 100%, at least 99%. And with that commitment, we have no fear to come online with our students, because and even their parents. So today I welcome Shrestha here, who is online waiting. Shrestha,
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. Shrestha, how are you? And a very happy new year.
Happy New Year, ma'am. I'm fine.
Okay, Shrestha is all fresh and baked today. And today, since it's Friday, it's a holiday in Bangladesh. Shrestha, you also watched, everyone watched, and about the bites which you are going and you gave in the car while going to the border. And it's been few months. Be very honest, be very honest. Our aspiring life, are we keeping our promises? Are we taking care? Are we trying to solve your small issues?
Ma'am, I want to tell that when my journey started, it was far from my house and everything. So everyone, including me, was a bit emotional. But the journey, as I said earlier, it always becomes smooth for you and the full team of Aspiring Life, which helped me to get admission in MBBS in Bangladesh. And even now. It will be not fair to say that we don't face problems, but whenever I face any problem or any hesitation, before I could tell, you and the full team of Aspiring Life are always there to help me out. Always you are there to solve my problems and every student's problems. So somehow I feel good and lucky.
Shrestha, how is your life now in the hostel, in the college? We want to know, how is the study happening at Anwar Khan Modern Medical College? How is the journey? How are the faculties? How is life going on actually?
Yeah. At first, I want to say that the faculties are very good in teaching, and they explain every bits of the topics and every chapters. And we have regular items. In first year, we have physiology, anatomy, and biochemistry. And the faculties in all these three departments are very nice. They teach us with very good care. And the fact is that in every week, most probably we are having items on this on the topics which they teach in these three subjects. And after this, at first, when these items used to come, then since we are not habituated, so it used to get a bit problematic for us. But now we are getting little bit habituated with these items, cards. Even we have gave passed one first card of anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. And the second one is coming. The fact is that after dealing with all these things, few months later we will get habituated, and especially it's not so much problematic because they also solve our doubts. The teachers solve our doubts, and without any hesitations, we can ask them freely.
Between Indian, I mean, between the foreign students and
Mm.
I mean local students, right? You can freely ask. There is no partiality, no discrimination, I guess.
No, ma'am. Between the foreigners and the local students, there is no discriminations. Everyone is just treated fairly, and the examinations, marks, everything is also given fairly according to it.
So, do you made any friends there who is, I mean, Bangladeshi, that local friends? You made friends there besides your
Yeah,
foreign group?
yes, ma'am. There are lots of local friends. Actually, we are divided. We are in the 13th batch, and still we are divided into different groups. And so since we share a lot of time together in the college, and we also study together sometimes, so we got to share a bonding over there with some of the local
That's
students.
lovely. To all the viewers, this is not possible in other countries, because if we take China, for instance, in China there are two different classes. One for the Chinese student, because they're taught TCM, that is the traditional Chinese medicine, and one class for the foreign student. But in Bangladesh, since they follow the Indian curriculum, okay, so all the students are studying together and they make a good bonding. Language is not an issue. It's taught in English, I guess. Rest I just taught in English, right? The medium of
Yes,
instruction.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's taught in English, and we are also able to communicate with the teachers we don't face any barriers.
How is the administrative system of Anwar Khan? They're
uh,
helpful?
admin- Yeah, ma'am, they are helpful when we face any problems regarding the hostel or any other issues. Then we can visit the office of the Anwar Khan Modern Medical College, and within few days they solve it out.
So you make, before going to the college, okay,
Yes,
due
ma'am.
to COVID, we organized the online pre-orientation class. Shrestha, tell me, was it really helpful now when you are studying this anatomy, biochemistry, and physiology? Because you
Uh,
had got some view, some structures in our pre-orientation class. Is it helpful? Be very honest. Everyone wants to hear. Be very honest.
yes, ma'am, it was helpful because somehow it gave us some idea or knowledge about these three subjects, and somehow it also created a little bit base of the subject so that when we are coming here, we are not directly getting accustomed. So we are having some time since we already have an idea from before about all these subjects and everything.
So the good, the program, the pre-orientation was helpful to you, and you got some, got some hints and detail about the structure of your education, the three
Yes, ma'am.
subjects, anatomy, biochemistry, and physiology. That's lovely. Now tell me, how is your hostel life? There will be ups and downs. We all
Mm.
agree. When we leave our home, the first thing we miss is our mother's homemade food. That is, we cannot
Mhm.
help but to grow. And you have chosen a career which is full of struggle. Okay. Still, how is your hostel life? Tell the bad part, tell the good part.
Uh,
Okay.
Ma'am, firstly, I want to tell that in the hostel, it's a very much problematic just because we it's a little bit far, and we are not having lift till now, but we have talked to the administration and they are trying to solve it within this month also. And other things, we can by staying in this hostel there is full security for the we stay in the girls hostel, so there's full security, and there's also no issues regarding the cooking and all. Even we get foods like, I want to say that I get the taste of food like home only because we have set the menus and all, and Khala cooks according to that.
Kala cooks according, the Kala they cooks really well because I had been there one day and I remember I didn't have the lunch and there was my student she said ki madam please have lunch with us. So I really love the food they make. And yes, for the lift thing in Anwar Khan Medical College, it will be installed this month because for a very good information, Anwar Khan Modern Medical College got the license to open their RT-PCR, office in the airport. So you should be proud. You should be proud of it also. And you live, and it's far, I mean, it's quite a distance because in every campus, within the campus, you cannot have hostel. 5-10 minutes, I think, your
Yeah.
journey.
Yes, ma'am.
But that's 5-10 minutes. But what about the cafeteria, which is just below that, hostel? You get chola bhature and all stuff. They have also had an Indian chef. I know it. I mean, you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
tell I know the bricks and bricks of that college very well. And you have got a big laboratory, all the classes are very big,
Yes,
very
ma'am.
heightened. So what food the khala actually prepares? I mean, you all settle the menu or she makes on her own?
At first, for few days when we just came, so she used to make on her own, not actually on her own, because we since we have the senior appos over here, so they used to tell because since we first came over here, and after that, after few days, we used to set a menu, and according to that, Khala used to cook the food.
Cooking for, I mean, what they are making?
Sorry, ma'am.
I mean, what they cook for you all?
Yes, ma'am.
What they cook? What are the menu they generally cook?
Okay. Generally, they cook in Friday we get biryani, and in other days we get chicken with rice, dal, one sabzi, and other days we get eggs and fish, everything like that.
fish because we bomb, whenever we talk about Bengali, the first imagination is mach and bhat,
Yes, ma'am.
rice and fish. People think Bengali equals to rice and fish, so it's good. You can, some parents always tell me, Ki, will my daughter or son get fish? He or she likes. So all these things does matter, So I'm telling everyone, having a looking at this YouTube live that there will be fish, eggs, chicken, and especially biryani on Fridays.
Yes.
So, and how are your class roommates? And you are having joint studies also? Do you
Yes,
study
ma'am.
for individual?
No, ma'am. It's group study since it's very important because we get to know what the other from which books they are studying, what the notes they are studying, and actually, it's very good for us when we do group study. There are lots of actually there are 13 girls in our hostel from this 13 batch. So we do group study sometimes, and it's really very helpful for us.
Good. Group study is always, important and it's very fruitful always. First, tell me what are the books taught in anatomy, biochemistry, and physiology?
In anatomy, we are taught A.K. Datta, and in physiology, we are having Guyton and Hall. And in biochemistry, actually, we can study Lippincott or Harper, but the notes are only sufficient given from college.
Notes are good from college. That's
Yeah,
lovely
yeah,
that
yeah.
you college, notes from colleges, which is sufficient. I mean, it's good. So, in biochemistry, I think teaches you biochemistry, right? Is she teaching you in the first year?
Ma'am,
Mrs. Mosh,
I couldn't hear. Yes, ma'am.
Mrs.
Moshumi, ma'am.
Moshmi, ma'am,
Yes,
Moshmi
ma'am.
Sen.
Yeah.
She's a lovely faculty, lovely teacher. I had met her once, twice when I was in the college. So it's good. And so the books which you said, it's the same books which is also taught in the Indian medical colleges. And
Yes.
coming to the new gadget which are just released, Bangladesh is the best place to study. Why? Because if you don't go to the first page of the gadget, and let's not shout, if we're going to the second page, and if we see the syllabus which matches entirely with the Bangladesh, right? So, Shrestha, are you happy or do you regret for not getting any seat in private colleges in India and have to go to Bangladesh? So, do you have regrets or you are
Ma'am,
happy Bangladesh as
after
a nation?
coming here when we go to when we go to regular colleges, and since the faculties are so good in teaching, and first of all we have lecture classes of different topics. Professors gives us lectures, notes, everything, and then we have separate tutorial classes divided into different groups. And these topics are taught elaborately, and doubts are also cleared, so we don't have actually any problems.
Okay, there is Ananda Dash, our student who had taken admission. Hi, Anando. Good afternoon. And then International Medical College, Gazipur is also good. No college is very bad or worse in Bangladesh, but there is some quality as per the faculty, depends as per the location of the college, the hostel system, and the patient flow. These makes one college differ from another. And June Jaiswal, I guess, Jaiswal, hi ma'am, hello. Abbas Uddin, very good afternoon. Mr. Shapun Shamaddar is Shrestha's father. Happy New Year, Shapunda, and a very good afternoon. And Ananda Dash, hi Anando, how are you? So this is what all hi, hello, good afternoon is going. Shrestha, coming back to you. Coming back to
Yes, ma'am.
you. My question is, yeah. So let's come back to that. You have regrets or don't have any regrets of going to Bangladesh and not getting any college, medical colleges in India?
No, ma'am. Now, actually, we are very much accustomed because, and I'm really happy with the faculties because the since how the professors teach us, it's really very helpful for us, and we are also divided into some groups, tutorial groups where the topics are taught elaborately, and even we are made to do practicals very well into groups. So it's very helpful for us, beneficial.
Just explain the tutorial part a little more. Can you explain that tutorial
Uh,
part? How it
yes,
differs
ma'am.
from the
In
classroom? How it differs from the classroom? I want to know actually.
mm, ma'am, actually, in a lecture, professors gives us notes, and we are taught in the whole batch, means 137 students together. But after that lecture, we are divided into small groups for tutorials in which the lecture topics are taught more elaborately, doubts are cleared, and we are given questions and answers also for the items.
For that, which is helpful, I guess. Is this tutorial very helpful to you?
Yes, ma'am, this tutorial is very helpful because this tutorial teaches how they teach us. It's very beneficial because when we specially give items and they only take items and prepare us for the CURDS, terms, and other professional examinations.
Explain the card exam, please. How is like the card exam? Do you have to carry some
Card
cards instead of points and you carry back the card? Is it something like that, Rashta? Everybody wants to know what is this card exam like.
Card examination, actually, the item, the topics which are taught in the, which are taken on the items, these are only included togetherly in one card, and obviously the card is always with the tutorial teachers. They after we give an item, they only give the marks, and they take the card back. Even we don't get the chance or have an opportunity to see even the marks and carry it back to our hostel.
And Shrestha, which is your favorite subject and how is it going?
Ma'am, my favorite is biochemistry.
Okay. Anatomy, no one says. There are very rare students who will say anatomy is their favorite subject. I've seen that. Again, so Shrestha, what suggestion you want to give to the students who wants to choose MBBS, and supposedly they don't get through Indian admission? What suggestion you can give to them?
I think they must be worried, but they should not worry now because they have Bangladesh. Different colleges are there, very good colleges are there. And about my college, I would say if they take admission in Anwar Khan Modern Medical College, then it's really very good, and it will be very beneficial because the faculties are so good in teaching. They will have clinical knowledge in this 5 years. The practicals are being done very nicely, so it will be very beneficial.
So, how is your practical experience in the class? Are you sent in groups and taught? So, I want to know that. I mean, how is your practical? I mean, the clinical or practical classes going? How?
Yes, ma'am. We are divided into the tutorial groups, and according to that, we are taken for dissection classes and other for physiology labs, testing, and also in biochemistry. So, and if in the dissection, we are taught very nicely about the different parts um, in groups. They teach us very nicely.
Very nicely. Do you get scolding from the teachers sometimes?
Ma'am, actually, when someone gets stuck in one item, then the teachers, they are very much cooperative. They actually scold sometimes, but they are always ready to pull the students up by giving them more chances and teaching them.
It's a very important statement Shrestha made here, and I want everybody who is going for the session 2000, 21, 22, and more coming sessions, that the sentence which Shrestha just mentioned, that the teachers try to pull up. It is possible when there is no problem with the language and when we study the same curriculum. This is only possible in Bangladesh. Undoubtedly, if people think I'm biased, I'm not biased. I'm being very real. So I can't help it by boasting that Bangladesh will be good in all these cases because there are countries where I have seen the students used to get in their exams 89, 90, and they struggle for 5, 6 years to pass the, then that time it was MCI screening exam. They took 5, 6 years to pass, and till that some students are not passed, have not yet passed. But in Bangladesh, the passing ratio is high because this thing is very important. Students, the faculties pull the student up, there are special tutorials, the students get an opportunity to touch the patients there, they're getting a very well, clinical exposure there. All this matters. Shrestha, have you taken a full tour of your college? Because when I went to Dhaka to get my association with this college, I took around 3 hours to visit the hospital, the hostel, and the entire classroom and the lab, and it was huge. It was
Uh,
huge, and it is
yes,
definitely
ma'am.
not still huge, and it is coming more. The infrastructure they're increasing also. It's huge. So, have you taken a full tour of your college?
Yes, ma'am, full tour, but obviously not in one day. And because they are divided into different buildings and different blocks.
Yes.
So, and recently, a new building is also being, um, yeah, built up.
So you're happy with the infrastructure, with the patient flow you can just witness now in the hospital, the faculty, the entire system. Are you happy?
Yes, ma'am, I'm very happy with the faculties, especially with their teachings. I'm very happy.
Teaching. And you say they don't discriminate, they are not biased. This is
Yes,
very
ma'am.
important because many student parents have a fear or have a thing in mind ki if my daughter or son is getting low marks, they must be biased. But when we hear from the student, we actually, it's a very good thing you say ki they are not biased and they don't discriminate. See, they won't, I mean, because teachers will always remain teachers. You have to study well and be very careful with the attendance in Bangladesh. It's more like school, as we say. You cannot just bunk the classes unless and until it's
Yes,
very
ma'am.
urgent. You cannot leave your hostel after 7:38 just, but you have to take permission and everything. So, Sreshta, while wrapping up this YouTube channel, we will do more, YouTube lives with all our students and everybody. Uh, what you want to say to aspiring life? Good, bad, worse, anything. You are open. You are. It's a free country, and you can say it very freely. Because
I
when you
just
say
want.
bad, when you say something bad, we will try to improvise on that. When you say good, we would like to become better. So please feel free and give any suggestions for aspiring life because you are an extended part and family of aspiring life.
Firstly, I would like to thank Chaitali ma'am, Manish sir, Mampi ma'am, Tamal sir, Anindita ma'am, and every team members of Aspiring Life, because it's only because of them for whom it was possible for me to take admission in MBBS in Bangladesh. Because at first, as earlier I said, I used to face a lot of problems because I was unable to take admission in any colleges in India. And after coming here also, they have always given me a company, like they have always helped me out to solve any problems which I was facing regarding any hostel issues or others. So I'm very happy with Aspiring Lives
So before wrapping
service
up,
and all.
Shrestha, your sister is also here. She's saying good afternoon, and happy new year too. Shrestha's sister is also a doctor. I think she had done her final year, right, Shrestha?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever mapped with her your syllabus?
uh, Actually, ma'am, it's very helpful because she gives me advices regarding the studies and all, so it's very helpful.
And are the syllabus which your sister is, read here matches with your there
I think there is a big difference between the syllabus.
in which subjects and
I think there is a difference in anatomy and physiology. Like,
okay, they read more of Bidichorasi and you all read more
yes,
of
ma'am.
Ekanasra.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes,
That's
ma'am.
a difference of book, that's a difference of author. It's same because Harper biochemistry, many students can't handle. They say it's very tough. So somebody says Ekadatta is easy than Bibi Chora Second. So
Rituals.
there will be difference in author, but the moral of the story Danatabi remains the same. So
Yes.
Anand is saying, nice man, waiting to depart for Bangladesh. Anand, we also want you all to depart very soon, but keeping in mind the present scenario, we are all waiting. Okay, Shrestha, we all from the Aspiring Life family wish you a very happy and successful journey. You know,
Thank you,
we
ma'am.
were, we will, and we are always with you. So, any problem, we are just a phone call away. Our team members are there in Shamoli Dhaka office. You have their number also. Any problem, we are there. So,
Thank you, ma'am.
subscriber, you all always, encourage us, motivate us, and thank you for subscribing our channel. Please do share our videos to the people who really need it. Okay, and definitely like our video. Your one like gives us more motivation to go further. So, Shrestha, thank you for joining. And with that, we end our show. Namaskar.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Have a good day, everyone.